All right, good morning, Alta Realty Group agents. This is Kevin Lauren. I'm the Director of Training and Marketing, and we are going to be going over a very, very cool tool today called Homebot. This tool was brought to me by one of our new agents, Annie Baker, so we appreciate that. And so Annie is, and a lot of times, our agents will bring me hey, can you take a look at this tool, or you can take a look at that program. Some are good, some are not so good. So I really do appreciate when the agents, ask me, hey, is this a good tool? Should I be using this? This is one that she asked me to take a look at, and I did, and I really like it, and we are going to be implementing this. So exciting stuff there. A couple housekeeping items. We always want to make sure that when you guys get a signed contract, we want to make sure that you get that in your SkySlope program here. So helps us keep in compliance, helps everybody understand what's going on. It is by law, we do need to have a handle on each deal, so we do have to have you guys do this. Another thing is, if you have trouble with SkySlope, once a month I send out a link that has a link to our SkySlope coordinator, our all of the different training videos. But also, if you just log into your account and click this little support button, that is pretty much all the help you'll need. This chat right here is super, super good. So I use it all the time. I know a lot of the agents use it. So if you're confused about anything, don't hesitate to use this chat feature within SkySlope. Now I want to bring on Bill Seitz. 1 second. All right, good morning, Bill. Bill is our liaison to Clearview Mortgage, our mortgage arm. Good morning, Bill. How are you today?
Morning, Kevin. We're doing great.
All right, fantastic. So Bill normally gives us an update on what's going on in mortgage land. So let us know what's happening. I know today we have a nice little video that we're going to check out. So what's happening, Bill?
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday, wherever you may be. And last week it was about 100 degrees, and now it's gray and cold and overcast. So
welcome
still,
to Newport Beach in summer, right?
Flirting with springtime still. But yeah, hope everyone's doing well. This morning I just wanted to, I guess it's audio visual day, because I know, Kevin, you have a video as well. But yeah, this wasn't pre-planned, but we both have videos today. But I do think this is a good video for everybody. Sometimes, whenever I see good content and just kind of information that's going to help all you guys in your respective markets, and just have an overall macro understanding of what's going on in the lending industry, I think it's a good thing. And United Wholesale is one of our, as most of you have been with us for some time, is one of our primary wholesale lending partners. And Matt Ishbia is the president and CEO of United Wholesale. And he does a really good job of putting out short informational videos. And so he does a nice one here that I thought I'd share with you all. It goes over kind of the macro outlook for mortgage and real estate.
Bill, you sound like you're underwater.
So touches you, and we'll just. I sound better?
Not quite. But anyway, okay, we got it. And without further ado, we're going to go ahead and play this video. Here we go.
Hi there, I'm Matt Ishbia, President and CEO of UWM, and this is 3 points. First point, mortgage market outlook. So the mortgage rates are very low. We all know this. Everyone watching this video is taking advantage of it, whether it's refinance or purchase opportunities. But what's going to happen going forward? So people are saying 3.2, 3.1. As you guys know, there's lenders out there doing 30-year fixed rates in the 2s today. That's going to continue. And so we see the next 6 to 12 months with very low rates. They even say Fannie Mae's projecting rates could be in the high 2s, low 3s for most of 2021. So this opportunity for all of us for refinances, but also purchases. Purchasing got a little slow start because of COVID-19, but now it's starting to pick up. And not only because of low rates, but also with those low rates, affordability is great because you can buy a little more expensive house with the same exact payment, or borrowers can get a little cheaper payment for that exact same house they're looking for. Opportunity, purchases, refinances. There's over $11 trillion of mortgage debt in America right now, and almost every one of those borrowers is eligible for a refinance based on where their rate is versus where rates are today. So opportunity for everyone. 30-year fixed rates, low 3s, high 2s for the foreseeable future. 6, 12, maybe even 18 months of opportunity for everyone that's watching this video. Second point, forbearance update. So forbearance has been a hot word the last couple months in the mortgage industry and really across America in general. And seeing the forbearance, some people thought 20, 30% of people are going to go to forbearance. That's not what happened. It looks like about 8% of borrowers have gone into forbearance, about 11 to 12 on Ginnie Mae, about 6.5 on Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac loans. But what's interesting is about 30 to 40% of borrowers that are currently in forbearance are making their mortgage payment. That's a positive sign for the economy and America and all of us mortgage people as well. And so that's been very interesting to see. Now, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac just came out with some guidance on how do you handle people that have been in forbearance. Can they still buy a house, refinance a house? So they came out with some guidance that basically said this, that hey, if a borrower's in forbearance but have made all their payments, you're good to go. Buy a house, refinance, whatever you want to do. However, if you missed a payment, go ahead and make it whole. Get back there with the 3 consecutive payments back to whole. So therefore you're good and you can buy or refinance a house. It used to be 12 months. So this is a positive thing. So people that were affected by this horrible pandemic where they could not make their mortgage payment for some reason, COVID-19, they are now able to, if they missed a payment or two, get back current, make a couple payments, and you're eligible again for Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac loans. That's a positive for all borrowers, all of America, and all mortgage lenders across the country. Third point, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac move towards ending conservatorship. So FHFA came out, and you guys all know that they want to end Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac from being in conservatorship and going back to being private. There's some new rules and some new guidance from Director Mark Calabria about how they can do that, whether it's, with the capital rules and restrictions and things, all the things that they want to do to try to move forward on helping Fannie and Freddie become private again. Now, is that really going to happen, and how's that going to actually play out? So our perspective, my perspective is that's not going to happen. And here's why. We just saw through COVID-19 what happens when the private markets are controlling the housing and the jumbo loans, the non-QM loans, these healthy, vibrant markets that we all were using collapsed in weeks, if not even days, and basically shut down. Imagine if that was all loans, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, all loans. That doesn't work. And so we'll see if they can actually still go to being private again. Now, I think there's a lot of benefits of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac being privately held, but the real risk, what we just saw happen, makes it very, very difficult for Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to control the housing market, but not be part of the government. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac going forward, and how FHFA handles this in the future. Thanks for joining me. I'm Matt Ishbia, President and CEO of UWM, and that was 3 points.
Awesome. Matt Ishbia is very excitable, but I really like the way that he, just gives us a good snapshot. Nice work, Bill. All right, perfect. So one thing I want to remind you guys is yesterday I did send out our latest blog post. So again, I always create a blog post in our corporate website. I send that information out to you guys so you can put that in your blog posts. You can put it into your monthly newsletters. You can do all different kinds of things with it that will basically get you back in contact with your clientele, your sphere of influence. So please take advantage of that. If you didn't get that email, call me, let me know. It's really important that you guys are creating these monthly newsletters and or blog posts and getting them out to your clients. You'll notice what we do is I copy this, I take it into Facebook and LinkedIn and all the other social media platforms, and I basically, and here's, this is what the post looks like. And I go to my create post area, I paste it into there, and then I create my post from there. So everybody needs to be doing that. Super easy. And so just big reminder. And then of course, when you go and you put it into your, here's Rhonda's blog. So this is what it looks like for Rhonda. Read more. It's beautiful. Good time to buy or sell real estate. Another thing that obviously you can do is once you put this in, you can copy this link and you can send this link to clients. You can put it into your monthly e-blast, whatever you do. So anyway, just really good content, really good stats, all with backed up information, all that kind of stuff. So it's a really, really good tool. And before I get too far, let me just bring on Travis Breton, our corporate broker. All right, good morning, Travis. How are you today?
Good morning. How you doing?
Fantastic. So this program that we're going to go through, Homebot, again, this was brought to me by Annie Baker in the Bay Area, and this is a product that is going to allow you guys to stay in contact with another reason for you guys to stay in contact with your buyers and sellers. Travis, have you heard of this program?
Not Homebot, no.
Okay, good. So this is going to be educational for all of us.
Yep.
I'm going to go ahead and throw this in I'm going to go ahead and play the video, and I'm not going to do the entire video, but this will give us a good idea of what's going on with Homebot.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to our Homebot overview for real estate agents. Today, we're going to talk to you about how you can generate listings and referrals with this amazing system. My name is Nina. I'm a part of our sales team, and I'm so excited to be here with you. What we're going to do is give you a quick overview of Homebot. What is this platform? Then we're going to dive into the product so you can actually see what your consumers will experience. We'll talk about how you'll manage your Homebot account and then get into pricing. At the end, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email our sales team or give us a call. We're more than happy to help. So let's get started. Homebot is a system that was created as a way to help foster the relationship between your database, yourself, the real estate agent, and your preferred lender. This statistic is really the driving force behind our company. At retirement, 83% of the average American's wealth is going to be wrapped into their home equity. Now, that number probably doesn't shock you being in the industry, but when homeowners see this for the first time, a lot of them are really taken back by that number because we hear about our 401k and our savings primarily. And we have a financial advisor even helping and guiding us with that. But when it comes to our equity, who's left in charge? It's pretty much up to the homeowner, right? What we know about homeowners is not everybody is equipped with that information or the knowledge on how to make those educated financial decisions. Should they be refinancing? Do they have enough home equity built up in a current mortgage if maybe they have a growing family and they need a larger home? These are all pretty simple concepts, but a lot of people will shy away from understanding their value because finance is a really intimidating and scary subject matter. So this is really your opportunity to help guide these clients in this decision process, keep these ideas top of mind, and also you as well. Homebot is a personalized financial dashboard that empowers consumers to save money and build wealth by knowing how to manage that asset. Each of your consumers will have a portal like you see here. They can view this content when they want, and they can connect with you, their agent, when they have questions. What we've noticed is that this is really empowering information, and the empowered consumer is the engaged consumer. People will talk about things they understand, so by grasping these ideas around their home equity, they're going to have questions for you that are going to result into conversations that hopefully turn into new transactions. Now, the only way that they can get Homebot is through you, their real estate agent, or their loan officer. Ultimately, what we're trying to do is bring these people back to you time and time again. You've worked so hard to build that relationship up, and there are so many sources out there today of which they could find an answer and get sourced to somebody else. But we want to solidify that relationship and make sure that they come back to you time and time again. And if you guys think about this, it makes sense, right? I know personally when I bought my own home, my real estate agent really was more of a therapist for me than anything else. You guys spend so much emotional energy with these people. We want them to come back to you. Now, what you're going to notice when we get into the product is that a lot of Homebot is financially driven. It was intended for lenders first, but then it became very obvious to us that you're the bread and butter to their business. So when a lender sponsors your Homebot account, they're going to be branded in all of your material that is getting sent out to your database. So when your consumers see things like, should they be refinancing, your lender is going to be branded there, happy to answer their questions. So I'll show you guys what that looks like. They're going to see refis and purchase loans out of Homebot. You're going to generate new listings, purchases, and referrals. This is an amazing client retention tool. The biggest piece of advice we could really offer to anybody getting started with Homebot is to just get your clients in as soon as you can. You will start to see that activity happen very quickly. And while a lot of people love this tool because we brand it as a set it and forget it service, we know you're busy. It's very reactive. There's also a lot of proactive opportunity within your account. So when we get to the management side of the system, I'll point out those features. So this is where the consumer experience starts. Every single month, your homeowners are going to receive an email that says your home value's been updated. It has their property address, so they're naturally inclined to look at it. This would be your name, and then of course your branding down here as well. Now, what we love about this email is that it generates a 75% open rate. So if you can imagine, you're loading 100 of your clients in there and 75 of them are going to open this email every month. That's pretty fantastic. But even better than that,
that's a great rate,
is
guys.
that 50% are actually engaging with the content. So they're taking it a step further by clicking on that See Your Value button, and now they're actually within their homeowner digest. And with an unsubscribe rate of under 2% nationwide, we are very, very rest assured that consumers are completely addicted to Homebot. So let's jump into that product experience. So your homeowners are going to click See Your Value.
Really good stuff,
and when
guys.
they do, they're immediately taken here into their Homebot digest. So again, this would be your branding as their real estate agent. You are at the very top and at the very bottom of all of this information, bookended. Now we'll keep the majority of your information at the bottom because of course we want you to stay compliant, but ultimately we want your client's eye to immediately go to that home value. We feel extremely confident in our values, but we do understand that it's a computer-generated estimate. So what makes Homebot so special for a real estate agent is this button right here. If your consumers don't agree with that number for whatever reason, we allow them to have it verified. So this starts a series of questions. The first is, Wendy, you the real estate agent, you're happy to get an estimate, and they say yes. Does this seem correct? Too low, close, or high? Have you made home improvements? Then that homeowner can type in whatever they've done. So added bed and bath. Are these home facts correct? No, we know they added a bed and bath. So after they answer these questions, you as the agent are going to receive a text on your phone, and you're also going to have an email in your inbox from Homebot letting you know that this consumer has requested a CMA. So when you click on See Those Details, you're now going to see exactly why that client believes their home value is off. It's too low, they've made some improvements, and then this is your opportunity to do what you do best. Pull the comps, take coffee over to their house, maybe see what they've actually done to improve that home. And when you have that new value, you can come in here and save that CMA. And now the homeowner is going to see that $20,000 increase here moving forward, and they're going to be happy to know that you took care of that for them. So I will mention that while we just increased this property $20,000, that difference will carry forward with what the computer thinks the home is worth every month. So next month, if the computer thinks that the house is worth $700, the homeowner now sees $720, and we can see here on this dotted line where you made that adjustment. And then also that it was verified by you on November 2019. Now we know real estate changes, so your clients can always ask to get this re-verified if they need to, or if you want to go in proactively yourself, put in a CMA even before a homeowner sees this, or have that value re-verified, you can do that at any point in time. Now, we know that you guys are up against platforms like iBuying features. So we do have an opportunity for you to put this feature within your Homebot system if you're currently using an iBuying platform. We can integrate that for you. Just let us know. If that consumer hits Get Cash Offer, this is just going to redirect them back to you to talk about those opportunities, and you're not missing out on that conversation to somebody else. much like this CMA request. So the next thing we talk about is the equity. How much have they built up since they've owned this property? Now we're going to pull their mortgage information from public records. So if they want to know how that was calculated, they're going to see that loan detail right here. And if for whatever reason your consumer doesn't agree with those numbers, they have the full power to edit their loan details, even update their mortgage balance to ensure that this equity position is also accurate. As they continue to scroll through here, this is where things get really interesting. As a homeowner, we hear that we're going to pay a lot in interest, but we often lose track of that because these are automatic payments that most likely are coming out of our bank account. So when they see just how much they've paid so far and how it's only going to continue to add up, a lot of homeowners decide they want to take action. So we show them refinancing opportunities, and this isn't just based on today's national interest rate trends. It's also taking it a question further by saying, how long do you think you're going to live in your home? Maybe they have a growing family and they're okay with a little bit more risk. Or they're retired, they have zero interest in moving, so maybe it's a different fixed year mortgage. If any of your homeowners click on this and they want to educate themselves enough, this is where your preferred lender is going to show up to answer their questions. They can call them, or your clients can ask a question through Homebot, and an email is sent to both of you. So you are always in the know if your consumers are asking your lender that question. You then can reach out to your lender and say, hey, FYI, Holly homeowner just sent you an email about refinancing. Make sure you get back to her. Also offering up tips like paying down principal. This is just a great suggestion. The power of $50 goes a long way. Your clients are going to love that they can save not just money, but take years off of their loan by doing this. If they're ready for that next purchase, what can they afford? Maybe it's a bigger house or an investment property. This is a great conversation starter for you to help them in that new search. And then again, if you need to loop their their lender back in to get them pre-qualified to really determine these values, now you guys can start to search, maybe even put this house on the market as well. Using a homeowner's equity, this positions your lender as a wealth advisor to give them some suggestions. And if you haven't noticed already, Homebot is very cognitive. We use a lot of colors so that homeowners understand what we're telling them. By no means is your preferred lender saying to your clients, hey, do a cash out refi and go to Europe, right? That's not going to give them a return on their investment in a monetary way. So let's focus on things like adding livable space, exploring new investments. These could create more wealth in the long run. And then the last opportunity for your homeowner is the ability to get creative and rent their house out on a service like Airbnb. This is wildly popular today because people live in this sharing society and they're okay with renting their property out when they're not there. They want to make extra income. What we're showing them is if you don't have to pocket that cash, it's a really smart decision to put it back into your principal because that saves you so much more money and time. And it's another way to think about that home equity. Could even start to get them thinking about real estate in a different way as well, and maybe looking at investment properties with you. So that's all of your homeowner content. A lot of real estate agents do also refer to this side of the system as the seller side. So now we're going to talk about how you can stay connected to your buyers. Now this could start with some of your homeowners, right? Because they have a shelf life and maybe they're thinking about a bigger home. It might not be a dream home, but again, maybe they need more bedrooms. So they're going to notice this button that says Explore Markets, and this takes the homeowner into the buying side of Homebot. Now I'm going to preface this section by letting you know that in order to get Homebot for buyers, you must have a lender sponsoring your Homebot account.
So Clearview Mortgage will be sponsoring this account for us. So if anybody is interested, that's already handled for you guys. So just to clarify that.
You cannot utilize this side of the platform without a lender. And the reason for that is we want your clients to realistically be searching for that property with what can they afford. So it starts with what's your price point. Now they can play around with that number, guess, or use this calculator. If they're serious, they can request to get pre-qualified. And again, both you and your lender are here and that lender will help. When they've determined that value, we're now going to show your buyer how do their favorite markets compare to one another. So this is going to be populated based on some questions that your buyers answer. So if they're coming in from their homeowner experience, it's just going to populate their home zip code. But if they're getting this for the first time as a buyer, we're going to ask them a couple of these questions, like what matters most to you? Are you ready to buy smart? What cities are you interested in? What are you looking to do? And when do you want to close? So by answering these questions, we personalize the content to them, and then we start to show them how those properties, or those zip codes rather, compare. Do they want a bigger home? Do they want a more affordable purchase price? They can explore these areas on a map. So if they're living in the greater Denver, Colorado area, and they can afford $500,000, this is going to show them where's the hottest market. Is it a buyer's market or a seller's market? Where can they get the biggest home, the most square footage? And if you notice, this is sorting in descending order as well over here. Where can they get the cheapest purchase price?
So this is doing a lot of our job for us, right? So this is, I want you guys to just take a second and just absorb this tool. This is, and really for the agents, it's $25 a month, and you're able to put all of your clients in here. And so all of your clients can have access to this tool and have real time and real live financial information and calculations served up on a platter for you. So I'm really excited about this. We're going to continue to let this play, but throw in the chat if anybody else is excited about this program.
Or where can they move in a quicker time frame? So maybe you're working with renters and they have a lease that's coming up and they just need to get out of that lease and move as quickly as possible. Well, they may want to start investigating into this zip code with a little bit more detail. And you're going to see in their activity feed that maybe they've added 80209 as a favorite market, and you can reach out to them and say, hey, are you really wanting to look in that area? Helping understand their buyer's timeline. So this is pretty important because a lot of people just think about the fun part, right? Looking for the property, but they've got to get pre-qualified. They've got to go through a closing phase. So if they want to move as soon as possible, maybe it takes 74 days. When could they expect to have those keys in their hand? Or they could reverse engineer this and say, actually, we need to move by January 31st, 2020, and they should be starting that process and knowing what they can afford by now. This interest rate graph is my favorite visual in Homebot. This is so powerful for a buyer to see that this time last year, they could have afforded about $60,000 less of a home. That is significant. So they're going to feel pretty confident about that decision to purchase today. And then it works in the opposite direction as well, because if they see that those interest rates are going back up and their power is dropping, they don't know what's going to happen next. So it's a motivator no matter what type of market we're in. And then the last piece is the ability, again, to get creative with that Airbnb feature. But because a buyer doesn't yet own the property, we allow them to put any address in here. Maybe they travel a lot for work, or this is an investment property. We're going to populate what that earning potential is here. So that's your buyer side of the system and really the whole consumer aspect. Now, again, if you have questions about any of that, feel free to email our sales team or call us. We'll give you that information at the end. But let's go into your account and talk about how you guys are going to proactively manage your Homebot system. So a couple of lead generation features that I want to share with you. We're not just about the past and the present. We also want to start new relationships for you. So you have a couple of opportunities here. The first is a landing page. This is a link, and you can use that link however you'd like. If you want to farm a specific neighborhood, maybe have it in your email as a signature line with a call to action, like what's your home worth? What a lot of real estate agents do is they'll have this page pulled up on a tablet, and it's their sign-in at an open house. It's a great way to get people to opt into Homebot. We have pre-populated posts built out for you on social media, so you could take advantage of getting leads across the country. You can also embed a widget on your website. Homebot will provide you with that embeddable code, and you can drop that code anywhere on your homepage, and a client can be on your site. Of course, they want to know what their house is worth.
And of course,
they're going to type that property in,
the agent marketing
and now
sites.
they can sign up for Homebot as well. So now that all of your clients are within your account, this is where you're going to start to manage everything. So I have about 118 clients in here. And if somebody calls me and has a question, I can easily type in their name, preview their report, and I know exactly what they're looking at. Maybe I want to reach out to people that have built up a certain amount of home equity and talk about their new opportunities ahead of them. So we can use this list to sort by value, equity, balance, or interest rate. Needs CMA is any homeowner that has challenged that home value. They will stay here in this count until you come in and update Caroline's value. So if you do click on her name, you'll be able again to see why she thinks that value is off. As soon as you change that, she'll disappear and this list will then go to 18. So again, it's just a gentle reminder, but you do get that text and that email right away when the client asks to have it verified. All of your leads will be flushed into your system here. You'll also get an email anytime you've generated a new lead. And then email issues, we want you guys to keep tabs on people that have maybe bounced. They have invalid emails, obviously get those fixed. If they've unsubscribed or they're inactive, you can come in here and always use these as an advantage to reach out to your clients, right? If you haven't had that conversation, who knows why they haven't looked at it yet? So for instance, Rick here, he's incomplete because some of his settings are missing and that's why he's inactive. So maybe I'm gonna call Rick and tell him that I'd love to send him Homebot and change some information for him. Or if somebody's unsubscribed and I don't know why, it's a phone call to ask them and maybe walk through their report. At the end of the day, if they truly don't want it, you can come in here and delete that client. The last thing I want to talk about is your activity feed. This is a huge feature for you to know who's looking at it and if this is working. What is your personal open rate and your engagement rate? And then you can see chronologically who's checking out Homebot. And this is your call to action to say, maybe I need to pick up the phone and call some of these people that have really been digging around in this thing.
I love this, guys. This is too good.
Homebot will always help you with importing your clients. It's very easy to come in and add a client manually with just their name, their email, and their home address. That's all we need. You can get them into the system, download these templates, send it back to our data team, and we'll happily do that for you as long as you have more than 10.
Too cool.
And then if you ever need help with your account, once you're up and running, we have an amazing customer success team. So don't hesitate to utilize this chat feature here. We're always here and happy to help. You can.
So we won't go through the rest of this, guys, but you can tell that this is a very, very cool program. And like I said in the chat, this is a $25 a month program for the agents. Clearview will match the $25. So a total of $50 is going to Homebot. But I think this is a really, really good opportunity for all of you to have, first of all, provide amazing value to your clients and amazing information. And, you know, with good information, you're able to make better decisions. And so this is a really valuable thing to be able to offer to your clients and say, hey, you know, I want to make sure you have the best possible information. And guess what? It's all digital. And as you all know, you know, we at Alta Realty Group, we embrace digital, we embrace the tools, we embrace ways to streamline our business. So this is an excellent way to do that. So Travis, what do you have to say about this program now that you've seen this little tutorial?
So I had to jump on the phone a couple times during this, but
That's okay.
I'm going to say that staying in front of your clients or customers is key. You know, that's where most of us fall flat is the follow-up. You know, a lot of us are good lead generators, but we're really bad at following up. And this is kind of just doing that in the background for you.
Yeah.
You could probably
and then also providing, like on just this last thing that she was going through, it provides you with in your dashboard, like, hey, this is who's been opening the mails, this is who haven't. It gives you a reason to contact your clients. We always are looking for reasons to contact our clients to, you know, provide better value, provide better services. So this is a perfect way to you know, not just call, hey, how you doing? You want to buy something? No, you have specific stuff to inform them about. Really cool, huh?
Yeah, and that is also key, especially if they're potential seller leads and stuff like that. I mean, this is giving them the home value.
Yeah.
You know, on a monthly basis and other useful information. So some of these home sellers are not quite ready, and they may be 3-6 months down the road. I got an awesome text message from one today that I generated from actually Home Value Leads over a year ago, actually. And I've just been in contact with her, and she sent me a text today asking if I can come over on Friday to list the house.
That's power.
So, but what triggered it was she follows the neighborhood, and she knows that her friend's home just sold for a little over $1 million, and that's the price she's been wanting to get. So
unbelievable.
that's what triggered it.
Yeah, so you're right. This and Home Value Leads is, I'd say a light version of this. It's a great program, but this, will just serve up that information perfectly to those clients. And like we went through, they showed your purchase power with just the interest rates changing and the interest rates changing over time. And so like I said, with good information, you can make good decisions, and the clients are really going to appreciate this to have for free.
Yeah, and it can help you from trailing off of your sales, where you have helped a buyer get into a home, and they're in it for a year or 2 years or whatever. I mean, life happens. Sometimes people need to relocate and things like that, and
yep.
You may not expect them to need to sell so quickly. Maybe it's only been a year or two, but it happens. I mean, I had one a couple years back. They had to move it was a military family, and they bought their first home over in Vista, and then a year and a half later, they called me and said they needed to sell it because they were getting restationed to North Carolina. So I was not expecting that call. So so it happens.
For sure. Bill, any takeaways from you? Or did we leave? I know we had a little problem with your audio. We may not have Bill anymore. Yeah, I don't think we do. Let me see. All right, Bill, can you hear us again?
Oh my gosh, I want to apologize for the underwater Aquaman. It was one of those mornings where I was ready to go, and then all of a sudden, the construction next door went off. The sirens going off, and I was like, "Oh, I'm going to go separate myself." And I think the connection went bad. So,
no problem, the joys of live webinars. Always a fact.
My goodness. But yeah, no, this is a really robust platform. Gosh, there's so many angles to this thing.
Yeah.
And once again, it's staying in front of your clients. And I do like the fact that they really can monitor their home values in real time.
Yeah.
And also with the interest rates in real time. I think they have this is something to really explore further for myself. Even though we've committed to the partnership for the company, but I really want to dig in deeper and get more, get more familiar with it.
For sure. And, the amazing thing is, Bill, is that, we get this thing going. This is the best client retention kind of a thing that I've seen, to be honest.
It looks like it. I mean, it is. I think robust is the right word, because there's so many good features and tools that, I mean, I really can't think of something else that is like this, to be honest.
Yeah. So again, Bill and Clearview is going to be sponsoring any agents from Alta Realty Group that want to try it out. And again, it's $25 a month for the agent. You can put, I think they said up to 500 clients, and then I think for $10 more or something like that, you get another 500. So really, really cool.
Kevin, was there a way to merge, if you already have your database, whatever, in a spreadsheet, or you have it in an existing like agent marketing, is there a way to merge it into this platform?
But of course, Bill.
Then there you go. That's even easier, right?
Well, it was even better than that, because they do have an upload feature, but they'll also, you can just send them your list and they'll merge it for you. They literally will do that.
Well, that's great.
Yeah. So Alejandro says, I want to try it. No problem. I'll get you set up today. And you and I, we can work one-on-one on getting it set up properly. Same goes for anybody else. Easiest thing to do, Hugo, you're in also. Okay, done deal. Easiest thing to do, guys, is to schedule a Calendly appointment with me. And the way that you do that is you go to calendly.com/Alta Realty Group, and you can schedule a one-on-one appointment with me. Obviously, you can always send me a text and phone call, smoke signals, carrier pigeon, all works. So, so guys, again, we're out of time, but get out there, make it a great week. Contact me. We'll get you set up with this. Bill, anything else?
No, I mean, just I hope that everyone enjoyed just that little 4-minute video with Matt Ishbia. I know that's where I kind of went underwater, but I think that was a good overview of what's happening in our mortgage world, and what the forecast is, and then also just an update on the forbearance issue. I think that was super important. And I just think Travis also hit on the head of that. This new platform is a great way to stay in front of your clients, and a lot of us are good at prospecting, but we're not good at the follow-up, and this kind of helps, take care of some of that, where we kind of fall short on the follow-up is I think that just goes for everybody for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all too busy in the deal, we're finding the deal, but we're not nurturing our sphere of influence and our past clients, and that's where this really comes into play.
You got it. All right, guys, thanks again. I know we went over a little bit, but I think it was important. And again, we really appreciate the new recruits, or the people that haven't joined yet, that come on and are finding out what we do. So always welcome. It's great to have you guys as well. So get out there, make it a great week, and we'll see you guys next week on the webinar. Bye-bye.